In today's edition of Books That Make Me Feel Grateful to Be Alive, Pilgrim at Tinker Creek by Annie Dillard. This is simply one of the best pieces of nature writing ever done. It won the Pulitzer Prize. It came out in the mid-'70s, and I think it greatly influenced the green movement in general. But what makes it so amazing is how personal it is, and yet how deeply studied it is. It follows the narrator for 1 year in her backyard in North Carolina, just watching one creek. That's all she does. She looks at one thing, and she reads a lot of books about the history of ecology, about sociobiology, about how all of these things work together. And so she infuses all of that knowledge through the book very well. But what fascinated me is that as I looked up this book, just to reacquaint myself with it, it turns out that she didn't really see it as a nature book. Annie Dillard saw this as a book of theology. She was wrestling with the cruelty that she would see in nature and trying to vindicate God, as she says. So this is a book that is pretty hard to describe, a mix of nonfiction science journalism with deeply felt, deeply observed truth about nature and about humanity. It's really a treasure to read. There's nothing else like it. All of her other work is great reading too. She writes about how to be a writer, which I personally find very interesting. Her work is worth following. She's still alive as well. But this is perhaps the crown jewel in the Annie Dillard canon. So if you haven't read Pilgrim at Tinker Creek, I suggest that you give it a try. The nice part is if you look up free PDF with the name of the book, you can find it online for free pretty easily. So for books that make you happy to be alive, check out Pilgrim at Tinker Creek.